Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Melanie here from Mel's Inky Fingers. Thanks for joining me today. I am very excited to finally get to dive into the new July to December mini catalog, and I thought I'd start out with some fall projects today. So we're going to work with the beautiful, gorgeous leaves bundle, and I'm going to give you a couple of project ideas. So I'm just going to give everyone a minute to find us. I'm going to make sure that we're in the right place here and that I can see your comments. So let me make sure that I can pull you up. Happy Friday, everyone. All right. So Facebook must be delayed today. There we go. Finally, it took a while to pop up. Okay. So just make sure that we're set, that I silence myself here. There we go. Now I can see your comments. Yay. All right. So welcome everybody. Happy Friday. Thanks for joining me today. I'm very happy to be here with the new catalog. It's always so exciting to share a new catalog with you. So I'm just going to give everyone another minute or so to find us, and then I'll get started creating some beautiful projects. All right. So while we're waiting for everyone to find us, I just want to remind you that if you're a current customer of mine, you should already have your catalogs. And if not, they should be arriving any day because I sent them a while ago. For those of you local, many of you already have them. I just have a couple of you yet that still need your catalogs, but hopefully we connect soon. So enjoy those catalogs. And isn't it exciting that we have a second celebration? Oh, wow, this is always such a fun time of year. And the celebration items this year are really quite phenomenal. So we're actually going to be using something from Celebration today. So hello, hi, welcome everybody. I'm so glad you're here. Happy Friday. Thanks for taking time out of your day to join me. If you're here, say hello and tell me where you're from. All right, so let's get started. So I'm very excited to share this gorgeous leaves bundle with you today. It's a bundle from the new holiday catalog. It is a stamp and die set. The stamps have just a fun, unique kind of splattery art look to them with some coordinating background stamps, which if you know me, you know I love the background stamps. And then a really amazing die set. This die set has, oh, of course, it has 12 dies. So not only do they cut out some detailed dies, which we will use, but they also cut out the stamped images. So there are 3 stamps that coordinate with the 3 leaves in the stamp set. And then there are multiple leaves that just cut out intricate detailed dies like this, die cuts that are just fun to add for detail. And then the stamps are really great because they work all by themselves if you didn't want to do any die cutting. So that's why I wanted to show you this very simple second card. Now what's exciting about this time of year now is Stampin' Up! Is offering a second celebration, which we've never done before. So this is very exciting. So you can earn multiple ways during celebration. So let's talk about that a little bit. So this year, I believe there's like 8 celebration items. Now I'm going to show you the inside of this because it's now live. So this is the August 3rd through September 30th, 2021 celebration catalog. And it features all the items that you can choose free with your purchases during those 2 months. So there's beautiful designer series papers, there's some stamps, there's 1 specialty paper, there are 3 designer series paper collections, and we are going to use Peaceful Prints today. And then there are 2 die sets. This die set is adorable. It coordinates with the sheep stamp set, and these are both available free at the $50 purchase level. And then there's this beautiful Summer Shadows, which coordinates with the Shaded Summer Stamp Set, which is in the annual catalog. So it gives you some versatility in using your annual catalog items. This is free with a $100 purchase. And there's a second stamp set that's available with a $100 purchase. So lots of really amazing choices. Now there's a bonus if you choose to host during Celebration. That is a second way to earn. 1 is with purchases, 2 is by hosting. And if you host and your sales, or if you would just like to place an order all on your own and you hit the $300 threshold, hey Marcy, thanks for joining. Happy Friday. I hope you have a great weekend planned. Hi Kayla, thanks for stopping in. So this stamp set is a bonus. So this is in addition to any celebration items that you would earn by hitting the $300 host threshold. And we're going to use this today. There's some really beautiful sentiments in here. I love the variety of fonts. And I really like my favorite because it always holds true is a belated birthday stamp. So this says your birthday came, your birthday went, here's the card I should have sent. I feel like I'm always late, which is kind of silly, right? Since cards are my thing. So anyway, we're going to use that because I have no doubt I'm going to need a belated birthday card coming up this fall. So that is a second bonus. The third way to earn during Celebration is to join my team. And I know you're thinking, I don't want to do Facebook Fridays like Melanie does. I don't want to have to host classes, so maybe it's not for me. However, you can join simply for discounted shopping any day. And that's one of the biggest perks of being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator is discounted shopping. In addition to discounted shopping is we get early access to all these amazing products. So this July to December 2021 catalog, all these products in here, we had early access to order them and use them and enjoy them for a whole month before the catalog launched. So that's one of the best perks is early access at a discount to all of these amazing products. And we also get the customer benefits. So while we were shopping early, we also got to earn free celebration items. So Stampin' Up! Really does treat us well. So if you think joining my team sounds fun, as well, I should say, as all the other perks of monthly crafting sessions, you get discounted classes if you choose to come to my classes, then joining my team is for you. Go to my blog and click join the fun, and all the information will be there for you. And please reach out if you have questions. All right. So as a reminder for today, I'm offering these 2 card kits free with your purchase of at least $50. So you're getting a triple bargain today with shopping. Let me tell you how. If you, I'm sorry, these are free with a $30 purchase, but if you bump your order up to $50, you will get to choose a celebration item. And I also offer my thank you gift of the Simple Sweet Stamper Tutorial Bundle. Remember, this is a bonus I offer to all of my customers with a $50 purchase. Each month it changes. So this is the July tutorial bundle. It focused on the You're a Peach product suite. Next month, it's going to feature celebration items, and I'm going to give you a sneak peek of my project. Ready? La la la! Isn't that cute? Super cute. All right, so let's get creating. We are going to start with the this as the first project. So this project uses the dies as the focal point from the Gorgeous Leaves bundle. So we will use the background stamps from the Gorgeous Leaves stamp set, and then we will use some of these beautiful detailed dies from the Intricate Leaves die set that coordinates with it. Now we're going to use the Peaceful Prints Designer Series paper as our background. Thanks, Marcy. I'm glad you like those. This is the Peaceful Prints Designer Series paper. It's easy to look at and really think it's more winter and Christmas, but when you really look at some of these prints, They really lend themselves well to fall. Hi, Morgan. Thanks for watching. This beautiful plaid would make a great fall card. And here's this birch tree pattern. And on the back side is a stripe that lends itself really well for Christmas and holiday season, but this is a great pattern for fall. There's other patterns in here that work well, just the green geometric and another plaid, and then a polka dot. And this plaid is a pattern we're going to use on the second card we're going to make today. So I think that you would find this to be a little more versatile than you might think. All right, so what are we using to make this project? Let's pull in our supplies. You will need a standard 8.5 by 5.5 piece of Crumb Cake Designer Series cardstock. I am struggling today, holy Moses. Scored at 4 1/4. You will want a piece of soft suede cut to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. A piece of the Designer Series paper cut 3 3/4 by 5. And then you will just want some scraps to die cut your leaves. So I have a scrap of vellum, a scrap of crumb cake, a scrap of white that we're actually going to stamp a leaf on, and then a scrap of pumpkin pie. Then you will want a 2 1/4 by 3 1/4 inch piece of basic white for your sentiment. These are the inks we're going to use. We're going to use Pumpkin Pie, Mango Melody, and Soft Suede. And then we're going to embellish it with gilded gems and linen thread. And both of these are from the annual catalog. I'm also going to use the timber embossing folder that's from the mini catalog. This is a new embossing folder that released. It's beautiful and it coordinates perfectly with these leaves. So let's get started. All right, I'm going to fold our card base here. I didn't do a very good job of scoring that. Let me fix that. Here we go. All right, and now I'm going to take the soft suede matte piece and I'm going to run it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine with the timber embossing folder, and it's going to give us the most awesome wood grain pattern. I forgot my plate for the embossing folder. I'm sorry, I'll be right back. Here, I'll give you pretty things to look at. All right, I'm back. Let me emboss this. All right. So here we go. So this is what it looks like embossed. Isn't that gorgeous? I don't know if you can see the detail on this really well. Isn't that pretty? It really does look like natural wood. I love it. So we're going to take this and place it on our card front. But first, we're going to do a little coloring to this. I wanted to have a little splash of color behind the cluster of leaves. So I decided to add a little bit of Mango Melody using a blending brush. So I just have a piece of scrap paper here to work with, and I'm going to put my blending brush right in the Mango Melody ink and pick up a little bit of the color. And I'm going to put my brush down off my project because you see how much ink is on there? I just want to get the excess off and then I'll bring it onto my project, and this will help give you a little more even color. You want a light hand on these brushes. You don't have to push hard. Just kind of let them run over the paper. You can bring the color wherever you would like it. And then I'm going to add a little bit of background with the pumpkin pie and the large splatter stamp from the Gorgeous Leaves stamp set. And I'm going to do this probably a couple of times here. So let's stamp once and then stamp a second time so that you get some variation in color. And the stamp has some variation built into it. Can you see how that varies? But when you stamp once and stamp off, it gives you even more color variation, okay? All right, so let me clean this. Okay, so now I'm going to die cut my leaves, but first I have to stamp one of the leaves that we're going to die cut. So using the Mango Melody ink, I am going to stamp one of the maple leaves. I guess the maple leaf. So let me put this on a block. And this gives a really cool kind of splatter. Whoops, I didn't push hard enough. There we go. Stamp like you mean it, Mel. All right, so there we go. So this gives a really cool leaf detail on it, but also these fun artistic splatters around it. Now when you die cut it, you lose a little bit of this stuff on the outside, but not all of it. So I'm now going to die cut this leaf. So let's pull these out. I'm going to die cut this leaf. I'm going to die cut this little one, and I don't know my leaves very well, so maybe you can help tell me what kind of leaves all of these are. Does anyone know what leaves these are? Hi Audra, thanks for joining. Happy Friday. All right, so while I die cut these, what's everyone doing this weekend? I think we're doing yard work. Well, I have a class tomorrow morning, which is super fun. I'm looking forward to that. I've not had nearly enough of them lately. But after that, then it's yard work. I think I'm going to clean my patio furniture. It needs a good power washing. And if you know me, you know I don't like to do yard work. Just not my gig. All right, so here's our leaves. Tree leaves. I love it, Marcy. That's how I feel about it too. They're tree leaves. That's very funny. Yes. Maybe my daughter could help me, my biologist daughter. Okay. So let me poke this one out. I love this one. It's so pretty, isn't it? I love the detail on it. All right. So now we're just going to create a cluster with, oh, I forgot to die cut. I forgot to die cut this big guy. So let's do that. Because that's kind of the background that I layered all the other bits on. All right, here it is. And sometimes I like not even having all these little pieces popped out. Sometimes I like leaving them in there because it does create a really neat texture. All right, so there's no right or wrong way to do this. So you can kind of just lay them down how you like them. I think I kind of like that. And then what I did is I kind of left them how I liked them. And then I just slid glue dots underneath. So you don't really have to pick them up and move them much once you get them how you like them. So I'll bring my glue dots in. And I have my Take Your Pick tool, which works really great for this. And I'm just going to take these glue dots like this, just kind of slide them underneath there. And then you don't even have to move these. Now this one I'm going to put a dimensional under because I want it to pop up a little bit. So maybe I'll put a couple underneath here. And put that down. And then I'm going to bring my sentiment in. So I have this little 3/4 by 2 1/4 inch piece that I'm going to stamp the sentiment on, and then I think maybe I'll add that on once I stamp my sentiment. So let's do that. Let's pull in our sentiment, which again is from the In Your Words stamp set. This is a free stamp set that you can get during celebration with your order. So let's stamp Happy Birthday in the soft suede ink. I kind of have a mess here, don't I? Do you see a mess? All right, so there's our sentiment. And then I'm going to punch the end of it with the banner Pick-a-Punch. This is something I use a lot. I view it as a staple. So I'm just going to slide this in. And just like that, you have a perfect end on your sentiment. And then I'll kind of slide this in here, decide where I want it. I think I like it kind of like that. So I'm going to put a dimensional here. And then I'm just going to slide it back in where I like it. And then I'll add that there with a glue dot. So this is fine, right? So take your glue dot and take the end of your Take Your Pick tool and just kind of roll it up. When you roll it up, it becomes much smaller, and then you can kind of fit it right there on that stem so that you can't see it, and then you can place it down where you want it, just like that. Now to finish it off, actually, let's put these layers together. I'm going to put this together like that. So I'll use a little bit of Tombow. And this allows some of that cool wood texture to show through around it, which I think is a nice pairing with this birch. And then I'm going to put this on the card front with dimensionals. So let's put some dimensionals on the back of our project. Hopefully it's straight. And now to finish it off, let's pull in our embellishments and our linen thread. So I'm going to make a small bow from the linen thread to put on the stem of our leaves. And then I will add a few of the gold gems. And this is going to go on with a glue dot as well. So again, we're going to take this and roll it up. I think I'll put it kind of here. And then add the bow. All right, it's a little uneven. There we go, let's fix that. And then add some little splatters of gold, because gold goes great with oranges and yellows, right? And it doesn't matter where you put these. You can kind of put them wherever you would like. There's some different sizes. So there's our card. the Gorgeous Leaves bundle. I love it. What do you think? You like this bundle? Oh, thanks. I'm glad you like it. I'm really liking this bundle. I think it's a fun twist with the artistic, all the splatters and the kind of, I call it messy art, the messy art look. All right, so let's do our second card. So let me pick up just a little bit here because I have kind of a mess going. Yeesh. Oh, I forgot to stamp the inside on my card. I'll do that later. But let me at least show you what it looks like. All right, so here's the card. Here's what that sentiment that I really like looks like. I know I'm going to need this, and it might just be for one of you. Oh, good. I'm glad you're going to pull it out, Marcy. You're going to love it. You will do amazing things with it. All right, so here's our second card. Our second card is very quick. I call it kind of like a stamps, ink, and paper kind of card because you don't even have to embellish it if you don't want to. That's what I like most about it. All right, so let me pull in our supplies here. So to make this card, you will want a standard 8.5 by 5.5 piece of basic thick white. You will want a piece of designer series paper that's cut 3 3/4 by 5, and then a white mat that is cut 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. We will use 2 ink colors. We will use Sahara Sand and Mary Merlot. We will use linen thread again. So you have a couple different ideas for several of your supplies. And then one of my favorite embellishments, the Artistry Blooms sequins. All right. Oops, I just threw my sequins on the floor. So to start with, we're going to pick a leaf from the Gorgeous Leaf stamp set. I chose this one. I'm not sure what kind of leaf that is. But we're going to stamp it 3 times across the front of our card. So all you need to do is pick the center, and I don't measure, I just eyeball, and start in the center, and then you can stamp 1 on each side. You can space them apart as much or as little as you want, as long as they're even. Then I'm going to use the Mary Merlot and stamp our sentiment. And again, this sentiment is from the In Your Word stamp set, and you can use any sentiment set because this Gorgeous Leaves stamp set does not come with words, so you can pull in any others that you would like. So this says, I see you and you are wonderful. Ooh. I'm glad it didn't fall on my project. And I'm going to stamp it just down here across the bottom of the leaves so that you can read it well. And with the contrast of the ink color, it kind of is that little pop of color. All right. Once you do that, you could call the card done after you put your layers together. So let's add our stamped piece to our piece of Peaceful Prints Designer Series paper, and that plaid piece is in Sahara Sand, so I chose the ink color to coordinate with that. And then I'm going to put that on the card with some dimensionals. Okay. So let's take these backs off. Let's fold this first, maybe. Might be a little easier to line it up. And then I'm just going to place it in the center, maybe. All right. Now, if you wanted to, you could call this done. but I am an embellishment girl, so I can't call it done yet. So before I call it done, I'm going to make a linen thread bow and put it somewhere on there. You can put it on the stems of one of the leaves. You could put it anywhere you want. I think I'm going to keep mine kind of over on the left side. And again, I'm going to roll a glue dot to do that. So find a glue dot, take your pick tool, roll it up. And I think I'm going to keep mine up here. I kind of liked it there. And then you put your knot right down on that rolled up glue dot. Then to help, that looks cute too, but when you add these little sequins, these come in 5 different colors, and I believe this is actually rich raspberry, but they're kind of iridescent, so you have a nice color range. You can use it with many different colors. I'm just going to take a few of these and scatter them around so that it really helps pull out the color in this sentiment. And there's your second card. So easy, but so pretty. There you go. Then you can write your little note inside. Oh, I'm glad you like it. Hi, Debbie. You're right. You're absolutely right. Fall colors don't always have to be that bold. And let the paper guide you. You could use this with so many different patterns of designer series paper. And so often we look at a paper and we think, oh, this is for Christmas. Like you might look at this and say, oh, it's for Christmas, and set it aside for your Christmas creating, but you can miss a whole season where you could enjoy it by pulling that in. Now, even the other side of it, which I have these deer and the trees, you could even use this in a fall card. You wouldn't have to leave that for Christmas. And this Peaceful Prints coordinates with a Stampin' Punch bundle in the catalog. All right. So one thing I failed to mention about the join offer during Celebration is Stampin' Up is offering a list of 12 bundles, 12 to choose from, that you pick as a bonus when you join during Celebration. And the Gorgeous Leaves bundle that we used today, so this with the stamp set, is one of them. This is one of the free bundles that you add to the already awesome deal for the starter kit, which is any $125 of product that you get to choose, and you only pay $99 in tax. We even ship it free for you. So that shipping saves you $12.50, plus you get to choose your bundle. And the list of bundles range in price from like $31 up to $60. So choose the one you love because they're all a great bonus. So your starter kit can potentially be like half off for like $180 or more worth of product. So it really is an awesome deal right now. All right. So I want to thank you for joining me. I always appreciate it when you stop in on Fridays. Don't forget the current host code if you would like the gifts that I'm offering. You need to use the current host code. This week, it's the card kits of the projects that we made today. So if you would like to make these cards, I will send you the cardstock and bits you need. I will not include any stamping. You can stamp and die cut with your bundle. If you would like to add it to your order, fine. If not, you can use something you have on hand and you can create a couple of beautiful fall cards. And if your order is at least $50, I will also add in the Simple Sweet Stamper tutorial bundle, and you get to choose a celebration item. So if you still need your catalog, let me know. Like I said, most of you already have it if you are a customer of mine. If not, and you live in the United States and you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to send you a catalog. Just reach out to me and let me know, and I'll get one off to you. So happy Friday, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, hi, Cheryl. Oh, I'm glad you liked them. I'm glad that you guys liked the cards today. It's an awesome bundle. So I hope you have an awesome weekend, and I will look forward to seeing you next Friday. Have a great week.